Hello everybody, my name is Zigbone, and this is part 1 of my Free Games on Steam series. This game is a short visual novel called Fragment. I'm not too sure what it's all about, but let's dive in and find out, shall we? You wake up in a world far different from the normal world. The white snow-colored plain is falling over the horizon. Rays of light are flying to their endless destination. Maybe they are repeating themselves as you watch them. You look down and realize you have no feet. Where did my feet go? Your hands aren't where they used to be. The feeling that you once had is gone. You can't remember who you once were. Or what were you? But the serene feeling that engraved your soul didn't care about it. The white plain made you feel relaxed and comfy. It was like you've been here before. It is the seemingly endless plain that makes you feel warm? Question mark? I would think it feels cold, but I guess warm. That serene feeling you felt made you calm. The impact was now gone. Now you see the situation you're in. You have no body, no sense of touch, no sense of taste. What was you no longer exists. All you have is the sight of this wonderful view. Then the question came into your mind, where are you? How did you get here? Why are you here? Who are you? And most importantly, how to get out of here? Are you stuck here for as long as eternity says so? How did you get stuck here? Well, if it's one thing, you won't stay here forever. Despite how good this feeling is, you can't help but feel you need to be somewhere. You're not going to just stand here and wait for an opportunity. You have to let the opportunity come to you. So a decision has been made. You begin to walk on the endless plain. Looking down, water ripples surrounded you as you walked. This meant there was liquid on the plain's floor. A ripple was one medium-sized circle in the body of water. You could tell you had no form. Where did it go? The more you walked, the more tired you became. Oh, this is trippy. There was no end in sight. This is like super trippy. This is like existential crisis. Despite you having no form, how could you feel tired? This realm sure seems endless. From afar, a mysterious girl was in your way. She was staring at you, like she wanted you. You walked to get a closer look at her. Maybe she needs you for something. At least you're not the only being here. She raised her hand in front of you as you got too close. Halt, human. You stepped back after being too close to her. It was a small, petite girl that stood in front of you. She didn't look like your average girl. Her eyes were as mysterious as her. They were dimmed down and looked lifeless. It seemed like she came from the stars. She sparkled as bright as they did. My name is Essayus? Essayasus? What's your name? I'm not sure. You can speak. You hear no sound, yet you could speak words. What are these words? I guess I'll call you by your default name. I have a default name? You are human. That is much I can tell you. I am? What's going on? Human? You're a human? From Earth? I must help you remember why you are here, so you can pass on. Pass on? You must have been a human that died on the planet Earth. Do you humans come here when they die? Only humans come here when they die. So, I'm dead, huh? Yes, I'm afraid. I must guide your memories to the right path. I see. This explains everything, pretty much. But you wish to know who you were. So we're dead. You were a person with lifeless eyes, such as this girl. Were you a person with lifeless eyes, such as this girl? Her eyes were as intriguing as yourself. Why are your eyes so lifeless? Only God herself has eyes like these. They are special only to God. Then, are you God? I can't answer that. Sorry. She must be God then. She looked so cosmic. It really must be her. If she's God, then she should know. How did I die? I can't tell you that. Why can't you tell me anything? I must guide your memories to the right path. So you must give me a question and see if I have an answer. Fine, I'll play your game. You thought about a question to ask her. If you were human, you must have had parents, right? Were they alive? Were they dead? Were they in your life? You want to ask so many questions. There's no time stopping you. You have nowhere to go either. Plus, she said, pass on. This might be the way to get out of here. This scares you a little. But what option do you have? You will go insane inside this void. Were my parents in my life? Yes. Yeah, they were very much involved in your life. That helped you spare some questions, but one of the questions still persists. They could have been involved in your life, but not loved you. But you don't think this was easy enough for you. You think of a different way to answer that question. How about a question in the form of a statement? My parents must be really sad that I'm gone from their lives. They really miss you. Who else misses me? Sorry, I can't answer that question. Well, you tried too much. But at least you know your parents miss you. This helps a little bit on your side. Still, this doesn't get to the other side. Is it better to just arrange your questions in a way where it helps? You're in no rush. You got all the time in this world. First, you must rule out the perpetrator of your death. From there, you know what to do. But you think that this might be too much of an easy question to ask her straight away. She's not going to tell you, as it's the answer to everything. You have to ask like it's already been answered. Or she won't tell you. You have to figure out a set of questions that match your scenarios. What set of questions could you do? Ooh. I think I killed myself, or I think that someone killed me. I'm gonna say I think I killed myself. You thought of perpetrator A. Maybe you killed yourself. If you did so, why would you? What could have been the factor that aided in your suicide? Normally, depression is the leading cause of suicide, so that could be the cause of it. You ask her a question that is similar to your thoughts. Was I mentally sick? I can't answer that. Sorry. Was I sick overall? No. That didn't help. How are you going to get close to your answer? You don't even know your age. Maybe asking her will lessen the scope of your answers. How old am I? Can't tell you much, but you were a school student. This helped a lot, the school life. But where? Where did I go to school at? The Earth country named Niso. Your fragment is coming together, human. Keep at it. That's great. This helped so much. Now the scenarios are smaller scaled. If you were a school student in Niso, you could have multiple scenarios of your suicide. You could have been terribly bullied until death. Or you were popular, but things got terrible gradually, and you couldn't handle any more bad things in your school life. Maybe the stress of your parents for your studies resulted in death. Think about it like this. Maybe you had friends, but they turned on you. Or you were the soft-spoken nobody. You could have been the weird kid. There's so many scenarios. But think of the most reasonable one. What kind of question would you ask this girl? The question lingers. Then you got it. You need to know who was in your life. This can take some of those questions out of service. How many good and bad relationships have I had? You were loved by many people. I see. This helps scope out many questions you had. You weren't bullied to death. Stress from parents and school life shouldn't have been a thing. But you were the popular girl. Oh, I was a girl. This definitely could have been an inner problem. What kind of demons were you facing inside yourself? Did you feel empty inside? Weren't you happy with your life? Was everything handed to you without a fight? Did I have everything I wanted? Yes. Was I rich? Not exactly, but almost, in your definition. I don't get it. What would make me kill myself if I had everything I had dreamed of? What makes you so sure you killed yourself? You do know my death. I don't really. The realm erases all who come here and gathers slowly by us showing the realm the way. Gather slowly by us showing the realm the way. Well, it's just a process of elimination. Wow, you must have been intelligent when you were alive. I could tell. Of course I was. I was at the top of my class. I was a cute girl with big boobs. And I even had a boyfriend that loved me. He loved me. Loved me. Whoa, what is happening? He loved you? Everything came clear to you now. Your boyfriend was a toxic infestation who took over your life. He didn't love you at all. You were a personal gain to him. He was a two-faced monster who touched your sensitive parts when he wanted to. Oh wow. Everyone saw the facade, that sweet couple. Not one person even thought about you acting weird around him. It was a fake relationship. He faked his love for you. Because you were the popular girl. He wanted you. You were a benefit to him. The truth is, he was the first in line to own his father's business, and he had everything he wanted. He fawned his money at you, but you didn't want that kind of life. You were a hard-working student who believed that hard work would make you successful, but he forced you to be with him. You had no choice. You were being blackmailed. After that, you were 100% his property. He played with your body until you were unwilling. Before you knew it, the world had changed, and people saw it. When you were without him for the time being, they had no idea of the thing that made you change. And when he forced you onto other boys in the class, was when you finally broke. You went from popular girl to slut whore, and all below. You couldn't tell your parents, or they would have been heartbroken. To them, he was your perfect saint. To you, he was the devil in your heart. That fateful day, you decided to stand up for yourself on the rooftop. But that was the biggest mistake you made in your life. You told him you had enough. You wanted him gone. Once he was gone, you were going to transfer. He told you words that a usual blackmailer would say. If you transfer, he'll make sure you become the bottom of the barrel again. He would even tell your parents, and they would get fired from their job. They would hate you. There was no escaping this fate alive. You stumbled over to the school gates. He did nothing to stop you. The devil's ultimate goal was to see you suffer, and to him, your death was the ultimate suffering. If that's what he wanted, then so be it. You jumped off the school roof. There was no escape from your ill-fated death either way. So you fell down to your death. But falling felt forever. Something wasn't right. Something definitely wasn't right. When you came up to the rooftop, no one was there. But when you blinked, he was there. That made no sense. Actually, it did. You only imagined you had a boyfriend. You jumped off the school rooftop after having a hallucination. Hallucination? Did you always hallucinate? It hurts. Very much. You could feel your sense of touch coming back, and it hurts so much. You look below, and your body reappeared. Human. Ah! What happened to me? It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. My body. My body. Where's my lower half? Shush. Shush. Your upper half laid atop of Aeseus' knees, on your whole bottom remained mush. You could hear your voice inside your head. But there were no vocals coming out of your now formed mouth. The pain was indescribable. It was worse than childbirth or a guy getting kicked in the balls. This was death we're talking about. Death is the most painful thing you could have experienced. You hollered and whimpered over the agony you became. Your organs was all around you. They seeped out and splattered on the floor. It probably traumatized the people that saw you on the floor or inside the school. Fecal matter was also visible. It was sprayed all over your visible organs. How did I get this way? I'm so sorry. I left everything behind. Why did I jump? Why did I jump? Why did I jump? I miss my parents and my friends. Why did I do this to myself? Everyone is devastated that you're gone. Maybe next time don't fall into peer pressure and take a pill. You don't know. The death could have been prevented. But it's okay. It's okay? It's not okay. Take me back. Take me back. Don't just sit there and pet me. Take me back. I can't. You must pass on. I don't want to pass on. I don't want to leave everything. You can sleep now. Please take me back. Don't let me pass on. Please. Please, 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 please. Your body begins to disappear from the bottom up. You regret falling to peer pressure, and you realized it was too late. You begin to tear up. The water flows down your face as time began to slow down. You could do nothing but pass on. Maybe that's why the girl is petting you. She knew this would happen. The pain started to wane bit by bit as you disappear. You don't even know what's going to happen when you pass on. Will I be reincarnated? Fortunately, the rules of this universe says so. Wherever I'm going, will I be happy again? Happiness is achieved by you. Even if it's a bad start, there will always be a moment of happiness. So rest now. You did enough, human. Before you disappeared and passed on, you say your last words. Thank you, Aeseus. If I'm pronouncing that right. Words well said. She brushed off your debris and waited for the next recipient. It can be years before a next recipient, but time flows infinite in the void. After the infinite time that comes forth, the next recipient came so fast. It is natural for humans to be curious. The human comes up towards her. Halt, human. My name is Aesis. What's yours? God is an all-known being, but you never will meet her. Fragment. Wow. So that was a lot. Was a lot to unpack there. It was really good storyline. Short. However, guys, I have to say, if you're ever feeling depression to that level, please reach out, get help. If you have a problem with drugs, alcohol, anything like that, don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid that you're going to be judged. Just stay strong and do what you need to do. Same thing if you're in an abusive relationship. You've been sexually assaulted. you know? Don't let that define you as a person. You can overcome anything. Anyway, that was Unfragment. This is free on Steam. So if you want to check it out, head over to Steam, download it. I really enjoyed it. Thought it was great. Once again, I'm Zigbone, and I will see you in part 2 of the free games on Steam series.